Genesis chapter 8, 창세기 8장. But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark, and he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of the heavens had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down. And on the 17th day of the 7th month of the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days, Noah opened the windows he had made in the ark, and sent out of ravens, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find no place to set its feet because there were waters over all the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out the hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, and there its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf, then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again, but this time he did not return to him. By the first day of the first month of the Noah 601st year, and the water had dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry. Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creatures that is with you, and the birds, the animals, all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in the number upon it. So Noah came out together with his son and his wife and his son's wives, all the animals and all creatures that move along the ground, and all the birds, everything that moves on the earth came out of the ark, one kind of after another. Then the Noah built an altar to the Lord, said, and taking some of the all clean animals and the clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offering on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in its heart, never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures the seed time and the harvest, the cold and the heat, summer and the winter, day and night will never cease.